Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Jordan here, bringing you episode 13 of our Draft of Glory series here with the Saskatoon Bison in NHL 26. Now, before we get into the draft, just one comment here I want to highlight from Scottish Terrier Lover. He says that Tuzzolino is up to a high elite, which I did not notice and I'm very happy about, and that it's pretty bad that the medium elite prospects that we've drafted haven't all panned out, and we'll take a quick look at that. But yeah, it really does suck. And he also points out it could be another situation where Liam Pugh worked his way up to that franchise potential. So hopefully Tuzzolino can as well. You can see here Marty Tuzzolino, he's up to that 91 overall, high elite. Could easily become franchise potential during the offseason. He did win the Norris Trophy, if you guys do not remember. And he is getting a huge pay increase there, up to $16 million. It unfortunately means that a guy like Siegel ends up getting released. It's going to be a sad day. He's captained this team to 2 Stanley Cups. He's been here from the very first game. He has never missed a game with injury. Even that year we had injuries on, he played every game. 902 games. He's got 492 points. Um, it's sad to see. Honestly, I wish we could bring him back, but I just don't think we're going to be able to. As well, it's a shame. Andros here at the Slow Elite. I gave him $5 million and he says, thanks for the payday. I'm not going to grow anymore. So that's too bad. It's contracts like that that have kind of messed us up in terms of cap space. And then Liam Pugh, he's making 18 million. Kerman's making 13. And we're kind of in our last year here of where we're really going to be a contender. You can see here we've got a lot of contracts that they're only going to have 1 year left. So it's going to be a lot of trying to maneuver the cap as best we can this year, make one more push for that third Stanley Cup before we ultimately, hit pause on trying to win and go for a little bit of a retool. And just so that you guys can see the medium elite prospects that haven't panned out so far, Vasilev at 76 overall. He probably gets in the NHL this year, but he hasn't looked very good. There was a couple other ones. I think we've let them go now at this point that haven't panned out. And Yolanov, we just drafted this guy. Hopefully he can get a huge jump in overall and hopefully crack the NHL lineup for, I don't know, let's say next season. So episode 14. All right, we're going to just get straight into the draft here. Enough dilly-dallying. We'll sim right to our pick. For the last pick in the draft, we've got a few players pinned here. And I think I'm going to pass on this low elite. Oh, never mind. This guy's NHL ready? I was going to pass on him, but since it says he's NHL ready, with the 33rd pick in the 2036 NHL entry draft, your Saskatoon Bison are proud to select from the USA hockey program, Tristan Goligoski. That's a steal of a pick if I've ever seen one. I mean, we definitely needed a defenseman. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But when you get the opportunity to draft a low elite NHL ready player, you have to do it. And we're going to take a goalie here. Should be medium elite, is listed as a gem. We just need another goalie prospect in the system. And then this is easy as well. Anti-Salo. He was another guy. So this draft is going by pretty quick for us. That's nice to see. We'll take a look here and see if there's any potential steals. If not, we're just going to kind of go with guaranteed potential. They've got this guy listed as a gem. I can get him in the 7th round. I'll probably take him in the 6th round just to be safe. But we'll go ahead and pin him. And then you know what? We're just going to sort by the scouting rank. I think we need a defenseman. We definitely need some more forwards too, but I think a D-man here is going to be a really good pick. So welcome to the team, Zane McIntosh, 6'3" lefty. He's a top 6 defenseman. Sometimes they grow, so, there's a chance. Now, interesting, Eugene Yoshida. He's 19. He's listed in the 800s. That's very interesting. I almost want to take him just to see, but we'll just go ahead and scroll through and see what we can see. There's not too much for guaranteed talent. We're going to take a chance here on Orlando Mason. And then now we'll make sure to pick up that pinned gem defenseman as well. He's 18. He can spend another year over there in Liga. And now with our last pick, you know what? Screw it. Let's get Yoshida. It's fun. The 7th round picks never really pan out anyways. I think this is a solid draft. I'm glad that we got through it quick. Leaves me lots of time to be able to show you guys more of the re-sign phase and hopefully some more of the season sim in this video as well. I'm not ready to lose Frank Bush yet. He still can be a good player. Hopefully we can re-sign him. It's not looking likely though, and I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to leave Siegel to the very end. I'll re-sign all these guys, and we'll show you what the cap situation looks like. If it's going to be possible to buy out a player to keep Siegel, I will. If not, we're just going to have to let him go. All right, guys, so here we are. I'm just getting ready to advance a day, and we're running out of contract space, so we do have to let go of some guys. First guy we're going to let go of, Kirill Koryaluk. He's been here pretty much from the start. We drafted him in 2026. He did play quite a few games in the NHL, but he's primarily been an AHL player, I would say. He's been really good. We just need room for younger guys. Same thing here. We're going to let go of Hillen. We're also going to let go of Janes here. And for now, that's where the releases are going to stop. We will bring back O'Delian, Gallagher, and Heikkinen most likely. Same thing with Bobrovsky. We'll bring them all back on one-year deals as long as we have the contract space. So let's advance the day here and see what we've got figured out. So Eugene Cunning sticks with the team. I'll show you guys his contract. Personally, I think it's a great value deal for us. Maxime Grandpierre, we signed this guy to his ELC. Harold Blue Juice as well gets his ELC. Lieutenant, he sticks around. We'll show you his contract. Frolov, I also think we got excellent value on his contract as well. So let me go ahead and show you guys those really quickly. So Eugene Cunning, 2.825 for 6 years with the no move clause. Now, what he brings to the team, I think, is very valuable. He's that grinder. He's not the best offensively, but he can lay the body. He plays 8 minutes a night, and in the playoffs, he scored a couple of clutch goals, I believe. Yeah, 2 game-winning goals. He had 4 goals. This is a guy that, when we enter the rebuild, is going to get a bigger opportunity up in the lineup. So I like to have him stick around. Lieutenant, 2.375 for 3 years. That's great value out of a guy that's been your third-line center, and that money is variable in the AHL. Same thing with Frolov. He gets $2 million. I believe he's on a 7 or 8 year deal. He gets an 8-year deal. And he played in the NHL this season, was great on that 4th line, can fit in on the power play if we need him to. And in the playoffs, he had 3 goals, 2 power play points as well. I just think it's another one again when we enter the rebuild. He'll get higher up in the lineup, and that money is easily variable in the AHL. And then I did sign Reichel to pretty much the minimum for 5 years just to keep him around. Same thing with Vasilev. Is going to get into the NHL this season. So just in case he ends up growing, we'll have him on a decent contract for a few years. And then everyone else was just ELCs. Now, unfortunately, we do not have the money to bring Frank Bush back, but I think we can get him on a 1-year deal once we get into September. And this year, I will make sure to do that. I will not wait until the last moment. And there is 0 chance I can buy out enough contracts to free up the money for Siegel. Now, I could buy out DeMarchi. It would free us up $6 million. So we would be at 9 million in cap space. And that would make Morrow the starting goalie. And then I could buy out Andros as well. And that would give us another 4 million. So it would give us what? That'd be about 10 mil, roughly $14 million. And I just don't think 14 million is enough to bring back a guy like this. He wants 16 million. He's worth 16 million. So it's a sad day, guys, but we are going to be letting go of our captain. I really don't want to do it, but this is what happens in a series like this when you can't trade away your bad contracts. So you have to lose important pieces. We also have Delarouve here, wants $3 million. Now, I'm going to enter the negotiation and hopefully save about $1 million on this deal. And if we cannot, we'll also let Delarouve go. We don't have any other players to bring back, so we will also make sure we bring back all these AHL forwards. And I will just cut back to this and show you guys when we finally muster up the strength to let go of Siegel. All right, guys, here we are. Finally, we're going to be letting go of Siegel. I appreciate everything that you've done for this franchise. You've brought us 2 Stanley Cups, been an integral part in growing this team. And again, he started right from our inaugural season, was our best defender. You know, he's the fellow countryman of Tuzzolino. He won a Bill Masterton. He won 2 Stanley Cups. This is definitely a sad day for us, for sure. And again, without him, we definitely wouldn't be the organization that we are today. So thank you for your service, but unfortunately, we have to let you go. Same thing with Delarouve. We're not able to bring him back. He's been around the league and the team for a long time. We drafted him in 2028. He played 2 years before getting down there in the minors. Got some growth in the minors and came back up. And again, he was on both Stanley Cup winning rosters. You can see there, he's won 2 Stanley Cups. It's been lovely having you here, but unfortunately, we're going to have to let you go. And then we'll keep Frank Bush around. Hopefully, we're able to sign him, but at least we own his rights. And same thing here with Boris Semenov. We have too many younger goalies now in the system that need to play. Again, Boris, we definitely appreciate everything you've done. You were drafted in 2027, so our 3rd draft. We'll take a look at your career stats here. Didn't spend too much time in the NHL, but, you know, you 22 wins, you ushered in, you know, our turnaround of actually starting to win games. Even though we were still the worst team, we're still winning games. He was still the starter. It's unfortunate that he didn't get to win any cups with us, but you know what? We've appreciated having you around. Thank you for nurturing our young guys, but I have to let you go. And that is everybody who we're letting go here. You look at the main roster, they're all expiring. The only one is Bush. We can take a quick look at the unsigned players. Nobody here, I would say, really cracks into the AHL. I mean, maybe Benino, but I'm just going to leave these guys all unsigned. We can let them go next episode or sign the ones that are actually going to make team. And that's everything now, guys. So I will pick this back up once we have our lines set up for the preseason and the regular season. And I just want to quickly highlight this. He actually stays in the conference, so we're going to see him quite a few times. But he signs a 7-year deal with Nashville. That one stings a little bit. Would have liked for him to get out east. Hopefully, we don't have to play him in the playoffs. All right, guys. So here we are at the start of preseason. And I got to say, our forward line's looking just as good as they ever have. We've got McKenna, Kerman, and Pugh. Kuznetsov, Holton, Suter. Jonas, Lutonen, and Percy. And then this 4th line is a little bit different. We've got Braun up here in the NHL this season. He's going to be centering Cunning and Frolov. And now defensively is definitely where we struggle. We've got Andros and Tuzzolino, Swanson and Wolf, and then Curtis and Vasiliev. Unfortunately, these guys give a -2. There was nothing I could really do to get rid of that. I think it's because they're both defensive defensemen. We will possibly call up Reichel or Yalanov, especially if we are struggling. We're just going to wait and see, though. If we're a good team, I'm fine with having that -2 if it means those guys get the ice time. So, right, and in net, guys, the goalies, it's the third year now. We're going to be running Morrow as the backup and DeMarchi as the starter. Again, we might buy out DeMarchi this coming off season, especially if Morrow takes a huge jump in overall and is ready to be the starter. Now in the AHL, we've got Reynolds and Kuvanen as the goalies. Then the forward lines, we've got Fitzpatrick and Goligoski. These guys are recently signed. We just drafted Goligoski. And then same thing here, Grand Pierre also recently signed. Hillis, Pitt, Maxwell, Odelian, Holmes, Bobrovsky, and Gaucher, Kravchenko, and Renz. Defensively, Yolanov, Reichel, Erickson, DeMello, and Meyer and Buse. And then the scratches are Blue Juice, Gallagher, Fritzmeyer, and Heikkinen. And now, looking at the captains, this season we're going to run 3 assistant captains in Tuzzolino, McKenna, and Luutinen. Now, you would probably think that McKenna would be the shoe-in to get the captain, and you wouldn't be wrong with that. The only issue there is that McKenna doesn't have a contract with us past this season. Now, he does want to come back, which is a great thing, but we have 3 huge contracts to give out in this offseason. And if we take a quick look, McKenna, he wants 17. I'm probably going to re-sign him. In fact, I'll probably enter the contract negotiations with him right away. And then you can see Kerman as well wants $21 million. The good thing about that is we own his rights. He'll be a restricted free agent. If we take a look, though, this is the last year we can restrict him. So we would like to get a deal done with him. Ideally, we keep all 3 of these guys. We definitely can't do that the way it stands right now, especially if we plan on keeping DeMarchi. Because Paul Wolf, he wants 14 million. So when you get 14, 20, and 17, that's like what, $50 million of contracts, and we only have $3 million in cap space. Now we are going to go ahead and enter the negotiation with Gavin McKenna. We're not going to, you know what, we'll try to charm him. Perfect. The contract, he wants 7 years. I like a 7-year deal. Now, this is where we've got to negotiate here. He wants $17 million. Now, before I ask him to take less, for those of you that have been playing franchise mode for a long time, you might remember the good old, you take their salary, you times it by 0.85, and that's about the minimum that they will accept. Now, that's what I've just done here, so I am going to go ahead. It says that he'll take 15 million. So let's see if he'll take 2 million less. And that's perfect. We can improve this offer a little bit because we can offer the clause. We'll give him the no move clause for the entire contract. And that moves it up enough that I do believe he will say yes to this. Now, in my opinion, when Liam Pugh, I believe, is making 16 or 18 million dollars and Kerman wants to ask for 21, 15.5 for McKenna is very fair. So I'm going to offer him it. I'm not going to wait. And if he does accept, he will get the C. If we do not resign him, we will stay with 3 A's. And then we will look to wait and see how the year goes. And if we make the cup final, we'll name a captain. If not, I'll wait and ask your guys' opinion in between episodes before we name one. Let's go ahead and advance a couple days here. We've got the conversation with Sheldon Keefe. Let's see what he thinks we can be. He looks we can compete for the cup. I agree with that, and we'll end the conversation right there. Oh, okay, guys. Maybe I missed it. I'll leave the whole recording in. Maybe I did miss it, but apparently he did accept that deal. He must have accepted right when we offered it. I didn't see it. Sorry about that. I was just doing so many days. I'm like, he's not accepting the offer. So we're gonna go ahead and give him the C. Sorry about that, guys. My brother just came into my room. I'm just gonna leave this in explaining that just because I don't recall where I had left off before I left. But anyways, Gavin McKenna, he gets the C. He's been here every year except the first one. He's the franchise. You know, he is the player that we built this core around. He's won a Conn Smythe. Actually, I think he has both Conn Smythes and both our cup wins. Again, if he didn't resign, eventually it probably would have been Tuzzolino, but it has to go to McKenna. And then Lutonen, I believe he's been here since the McKenna draft as well. He's the obvious choice for the other A. So with all that out of the way, we are going to sim up to the start of the regular season. Don't worry, guys. I have not forgot about Frank Bush, and I was just gonna go negotiate with him, and he accepts the qualifying offer. We'll start the conversation with Bush. He says this. I'm not promising him this because we never negotiated a deal with him. So we offered those promises, but he never accepted that. So we'll go ahead. Let me get the lineups adjusted now for having Frank Bush, and we will get right into the start of the regular season. All right, guys, this is what the forward lines are going to be looking like this year now. We're actually going to send Frolov to the AHL, give him top 6 minutes. Again, if we have to enter a sort of retool phase here, if especially like we're going to lose one of Bush, Kerman, and Wolf. That's just an inevitability at this point. So there will definitely be top 9 minutes for Frolov next season. I just think it's more important to keep Lutonen in the NHL than it is to keep Frolov. So I'm gonna put him in the minors, and this is what we're gonna rock for forward lines heading in the year number 13. And defensively, Vasiliev here is up to a top 6 defenseman. So who knows? Maybe he might be able to get up to that 80 overall. I really hope that he can. It would be nice to get another capable NHL defenseman. All right, here we go, guys. We're about to start the regular season. Now, I know I've never done this before, but we're actually going to slow sim a regular season game. We're going to do the one against Nashville. That's where Siegel went. It feels fitting that we slow sim the very first game that he plays against us. And it's definitely going to be a bittersweet game. And for sure, we will slow sim the one when they play us at home, his return to Saskatoon. But, anyways, here we go. Let's get right into the game. We're in Nashville for this one. We want to get a win. But, you know, we hope he does good as well. First period. All right, 0-0. Second period. All right, we scored 2. Pugh and then Kuznetsov gets one on the power play. We'll go ahead and we will just times the sim by 8 here. And again, we want him to do well. We wish absolutely nothing but the best for Siegel. He is definitely going to be missed, but who knows? Oh, there we go. Edward Saleh. He scores 1 on DeMarchi, breaking the shutout. We're able to close the doors here. There we go. Andros gets the insurance marker as we win 3-1. Take a look at the 3 stars there. DeMarchi, Andros, and Edward Saleh. All right, now that that game is out of the way, we've got a conversation here with Bush. He's not playing on power play 1. I told you, Frank, I do not care. You are the one who decided to sit out an entire season. It's not my fault I made those promises to you, almost 2 years ago now, and you are the one that said no. You guys can see here, Frank Bush might be 90 overall, which is very interesting, especially since he sat out a couple of years. You see Percy's actually down to an 82, Holtz up to an 82. On is an 83, listed as a second line forward, so he's definitely an option for us if we enter this retool phase to get top 6 minutes. Say Curtis is a 78. Swanson stayed at an 80. Same with Endros staying at an 81. Not noticing anything else. Jonas down to an 86. And then goalie wise there, DeMarchi's an 87 and Morrow's up to an 83. So we're going to go ahead and get 2 months of season sim done, the first two, just to kind of see what team we're going to be. Wow, a big 11-0 win there versus Washington. We're starting off on the right foot this year, I would say. 7-2-0 after October. And the reason why I just want to show you guys the first 2 months here, just to see what kind of team we're going to be, talk things out a little bit. We've obviously got some big decisions coming ahead here with Bush and Wolf, as well as Kerman. So I'm going to go ahead probably after 2 months and try to negotiate with Paul Wolf. We cannot lose another top 4 defenseman. And, we can still restrict Kerman. We can still restrict Bush if we have to just hold on to their rights. And if it obviously just looks like we're going to be a playoff team, I might do another time lapse of the season sim just so that we have a little bit of a quicker video for you guys and we can go ahead and get into the playoffs a little bit faster. But you can see here, guys, we are 16, 6-2. We are 2 points out of first place in the division. And our division is very tight. As you can see, the Wild are a point ahead of us. The Blackhawks and the Blues are not too far away from us, so we definitely have to keep playing good. We're not going to go ahead and look at the season stats just yet. Just want to look at the edit line screen, take a look at Frank Bush. So he does end up being an 88 overall. And for sitting out a season, he's clicking at a pretty good pace. Already 10 goals, 16 points. He's looking good. I would love to keep Bush around. I really would. He's a fantastic player. Especially if we lose Kerman, we are going to need Bush. So hopefully his expectations on salary come down just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead here and start negotiating with Paul Wolf. Not sure if I'll keep it in the video or not, but we'll charm him. Charm him here. We'll look at the contract. He wants a 7-year deal. I like a 7-year deal. Now he wants $14 million, guys. Just quickly, I'm going to do the old 14.75 times 0.85. So he'll take 12.35. So we're going to negotiate with him. We're going to ask him to take $2 million less. And then we're going to negotiate a little bit more. We're going to ask him to leave $250K more on the table. And he likes that contract. So I will agree to a contract clause with him. Again, it's the same thing. A full no move. And he likes that. So we're going to come down a little bit even more on salary. See if he'll leave $500K on the table. It's going to be close. But if we can get him for $12 million, that's really good. That's kind of a steal of a contract for a defender of his caliber, I will say. Because I know he's not the best offensively, but he is a phenomenal DFD. And one we could definitely pair with Tuzolino, not Siegel. We could definitely pair him with Tuzolino if we have to. So we'll offer him that. He says he's not really interested, but he'll let us know. And if he declines that, we'll wait a little bit before we negotiate again. So we'll get 1 more month of season sim done here. And there we go. Paul Wolf accepts. We have about $8 million left in cap space. Let's get another month of season sim done here, and then we'll take a full look at the team, see how they're doing in the goal scoring category and all that stuff. As we continue to be clicking here, 21-7-2. It's just a shame we probably have the toughest division in the entire league, as we still just sit 2 points out of first place in the division. There's a big win against the Lightning. Another big win against the Stars. We got to do a little bit better, though, keeping the puck out of the net. And I missed the game against Nashville. We'll go ahead and look at the box score. I'm sorry, guys. I missed that. I wasn't paying attention. But we do come away with the victory. So we're 2-0 against Siegel. We'll go ahead and look at the box score though before we look at our season stats. So we won 3-2. The 3 stars were DeMarchi, Percy, and Holt. We take a look at the away stats there. Siegel, he did get an assist. I don't know if he had an assist in that first game against us, but you know what? That's fantastic to see him doing well somewhere else. And your goal scorers were Endros, McKenna, and Percy. So I went ahead to go look at the box score for that first game against us, and he did have an assist on the Saleh goal. So he is 2 assists in 2 games against us, but we have the victories in both games. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Gavin McKenna already 66 points. This first line is playing incredible. I am so happy we were able to keep Gavin. He really is the face of the franchise at 29 years old. His contract, I think it looks great for our team. And Tommy Kerman, man, he is playing lights out. Already 31 goals on the year. Well, he definitely looks like he'll hit 50 for the first time. It's definitely not going to help contract negotiations for us if we want to keep him. And Marty Tuzzolino, 37 points in 37 games played, building off that Norris Trophy winning year. Suter almost a point per game. Kuznetsov and Bush, similar stat lines. You got Jonas with 22 points. Percy with 10 goals, 19 points. That third line's clicking. That's a really good thing to see. Even Braun on the fourth line has 17 points. Swanson, he's looking good already, 17 points in a top 4 role. And Lutonen, he's not getting as much ice time as he has been, but still 15 points is solid. Hunting has 14 points. On pace for a career year for the fourth line winger. Vasilev is a rookie DFD, already has 12 points. That's pretty good, I would say. You got Paul Wolf with 12, Endros with 9, and then Curtis down there with 6. And then if we take a look at the goalies, DeMarchi, he hasn't skipped a beat this year. 19-4-2, 3 shutouts, 921 save percentage with a 241 goals against, as well as Morrow there, 8-3-1, 915, and a 2.54. Our goalies are looking good. Our forwards are looking good. I'm excited for this year, man. It really is going to be, I believe, our last shot at a cup for at least a couple seasons. So let's go ahead. We'll get simmed right to February here. Actually, we'll get simmed up to March, rather. So starting the month off strong, back-to-back wins. We're on a bit of a heater right now, 37-3 as we play the New Jersey Devils. And we keep things going. I mean, I'm very happy with the way the team is performing. You know, Siegel was here. He played with everyone who played a game for our franchise. His impact on the organization, you know, it's huge. The footprint, it's still here. And it could have been very easy for the team to struggle with him being gone. And the guys did the exact opposite. They said, let's take what he's given us, take what he's taught us, and let's have an incredible season. And only 1 loss that entire month. Definitely the best month of our franchise's history, that's for sure. As we lose to the Wild, other than that, though, we keep things clicking. 42-9-3. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say here. That's a big loss, though, up against the Kraken. I wonder if we have a shot at a 60-win season. That would be, you know, phenomenal for us. We could get a season like that. And there we go. We're still clicking. We've got 3 losses, though, already this month. Defensively, seems like we're starting to struggle, but we're still scoring goals at a phenomenal rate. We're not going to enter the trade deadline. We're just going to keep simming. We've got 1 more game left this month against the Avalanche, one of our rivals. And they beat us. So we end the month with 3 losses in 4 games. But I mean, we're 47-13-3. We sit atop of the Central Division, actually atop the league. I'm proud of the boys. The boys are playing good hockey. And we've got to look at this. Liam Pugh already has 102 points. Gavin McKenna 101. Now Kerman is slowed down, but he's got 80 points. I mean, this first line is incredible. Steven Suter has picked things up. He's got 70 points playing on the second line. Marty Tuzzolino with 66. Kuznetsov and Bush are doing great as well. This is a well-oiled machine we're running here in Saskatoon. And who knows, maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe we won't have to take a retool phase. Maybe I can just slot in, the next guy up and they're going to perform in the system. So I like the way the team is looking here. Let me take a little break from the simulation. We've got to get the scouts sent out. The draft class is a very important thing for us heading into this next phase of our franchise's future. As you can see, we've got a low elite down here. Not much else is known. We've got Kalinka here as a top 4D. We're going to pin that guy. So let me go ahead, guys, get the scouts sent out, and I will come back to you, and we'll finish up the rest of the regular season. All right, guys, the scouts have been sent out. Let's just get this season sim finished up here. We know we're a playoff team. Let's just finish the season strong here, and let's be a well-oiled machine heading into those playoffs. We know round one will be probably a little bit of an easier opponent as we get the win there against Siegel and the Predators. But after that, we know round two forward, those are going to be tough teams. So we want to be a well-oiled machine here. We want to be clicking at all cylinders. I'm hopeful for a great playoff run. And again, I could be wrong, guys. We might be able to just slot in new players and still perform well. But I am fully expecting this to be the last great season. Now, I'm not saying we won't be a playoff team because we'll still have, some great talent. But we might be a playoff team that's out in round 1 or 2 instead of being the playoff team that makes it to the cup final. But we've got 3 games left here to get 60 wins. Up against the Flyers, we take a loss. We've got to win out here. Shutout against the Panthers and going up against the Islanders. We get the win, and that's huge. A franchise record-setting 60-win season. We win our second President's Trophy. We have 123 points there. What a phenomenal year. Let's take a look at the stats very quickly. Liam Pugh ended up outscoring Gavin McKenna by 3 points. Kerman, he had his first 50-goal year, 100-point season. Great time for a contract year for him. And Zane Suter, I'm super impressed. 92 points out of that guy. He's got 2 years left on his deal. Marty Tuzzolino, $16 million man, and he has another phenomenal season. And he lets us know it was definitely worth paying him. Kuznetsov had a little bit of a down year, I want to say. Yeah, a little bit of a down year playing with Bush again, but Frank Bush, he sat for an entire season. And he gets right back in there, has a career year in terms of points and assists. Also, that's the most power play points he had in a year. And then we'll take a quick look at Rod Holt. 39 points last year. Became a little bit more of a playmaker this year. Didn't get 30 goals, but had a great year nonetheless. Jonas Percy, even Braun on the fourth line had 35 points. And there you go, Gustavo Swanson. His first year back in the top 6 role in the NHL. And he has a career year, 34 points. And he had 6 power play points there. So that's good. Hopefully he can get a little bit of growth here in what's going to be his last season of growth. And then that fourth line was clicking pretty good there. You can see Lieutenant and Cunning as well. Vasiliev had 23 points. Wolf with 21. Andros 19. And then Curtis with a measly 11. And then we've got Rob DeMarchi here. Probably another Vezina campaign for the kid. He's got 46 wins, 11 losses, and 9 shutouts. He's rocking a .919 save percentage with a 2.47 goals against. And Morrow, you could definitely tell he started to struggle as the year went on. But that's okay. He's up to that 83, and there's a chance that the net goes to him next season. There's a chance. We're gonna have to talk about it in the comment section for sure, as we're gonna take a quick look at the contracts here. All expiring are Bush and Kerman. We have $9 million of cap space. I don't think we're gonna be able to bring back Kerman. Even Frank Bush wants $12 million. Let's take a look at Rod Holt. He wants $4 million on a 1-year deal. We might have to offer this guy a long-term deal for $6 or $7 million, and we might be just restricting these guys because even if we buy out DeMarchi, we know it saves us $6 million in cap, and saving that $6 million, it doesn't bring us up to matching what Kerman wants. However, it would match what Bush wants on a 1-year deal. I don't think it's gonna match on an 8-year deal. You can see he wants $20 million, so definitely a lot of salary cap maneuvering to do in the off season. But we have some guys in the AHL in the mid to high 70s that could definitely slot in the lineup if we need them to. But we've seen enough contracts. We've seen enough of the stats. Let's get right into the playoffs, guys. Okay, and for what I believe is the first time ever, we are playing the San Jose Sharks in round number 1. And just very quickly, when I was looking at these stats, I did want to see if Pugh and McKenna led the league there. Let's take a quick look. So there you go. Liam Pugh gets his first Art Ross trophy. I believe Gavin McKenna did win it already, right? Yes. No, he won the Hart. Hasn't won the Art Ross. Liam Pugh definitely didn't lead the league in goals there. That was Tage Thompson. But it's nice to see we're getting some hardware. But with all that out of the way, let's get right into it here. Game number 1, period number 1. Okay, it's an offensive showing. Braun, his first ever playoff goal. McKenna and the clutch man himself, Holt. But they get goals from Frazee, Tkachuk, and Clark. Period number 2. Okay, it's still tied at 3 apiece. We're getting outshot quite a bit. Let's play a little bit better for your goalie here, guys. He's playing good for you. Let's play good for him. We get a power play. Sorry, a penalty kill rather, but we kill it off. Wow, they're really peppering us in shots here. Come on, who's going to be the clutch man for us going into overtime? I have faith in the boys here. We're a good team. They have a little bit of experience there, though, with Matty Tkachuk, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're the defending Cup champions. We're on home ice. Come on, who's going to get the goal? I'm calling on that second line. Frank Bush, buddy, you sat out a year. You were a clutch man for us in the playoffs before on our first Cup run. Heading into year number 2, overtime number 2, we need a big goal from you, Frank Bush. And the Sharks goal, Frazee on the power play. So we lose game number 1, 4-3. Not too worried about it, though. We definitely showed we can score. We just got to keep the puck out of our net. Period number 1. It's 1-1. Gavin McKenna gets his second. Oh, whoops. Period number 2. All right, we're down 2-1. We got to get some offense going here. There we go. Tommy Kerman, man on a contract year. We get a big penalty kill. And there we go. Frank Bush back in playoff action, baby. Gets his first on the power play. And Brant Clark, he scores 1 to tie it. We could be going to overtime again. There we go, guys. We are going to overtime. Not too much to be said here. We definitely need to get the split on home ice. We don't want to be going down 0-2. And Eklund, he scores in overtime as we're going down 0-2. And you know what? I'm not going to wait for game number 3. I'm going to go ahead and just switch up the lines very quickly. I'm just going to put Bush on the third line. Rod Holt, he's got chemistry in the playoffs with Suter and Kuznetsov. I want to see that back in action here in game number 3. Now we've got to win both games on the road. It's going to be a tough task, gentlemen, but we've faced adversity before, and it starts again right here. Period number 1. There we go. Big period as Holt and Bush get goals on their new line. Period number 2. Okay, they score 3 in a row to cut the lead down to 1. It's a big third period coming up here. Come on, boys, close the door. We haven't been good defensively. They've been out shooting us lots in the series. We got to play better for our goalie. There you go, Rod Holt, the clutch man himself. His third goal of these playoffs. Probably the insurance marker here. They get 40 shots once again. Oh no, they scored 1 with the empty net. Not able to get 2 as we win this one 5-4. Rod Holt is your second star of the game. And I will be honest, guys, I am a little nervous here hitting into game number 4. Haven't been able to shut them down. They've scored 4 in every game. They get an early power play. Period number 1. And it's 1-0. Celebrini gets the goal on the power play. Period number 2. Okay, it's tied 3-3. Bush, Jonas, and Pugh, but they get goals from Hornqvist and Clark. It's time for a big third period here, fellas. Who's going to lead the charge here? 15 minutes left. I got to be honest, guys. I'm really nervous. There we go. Kerman, he scores in back-to-back games. Can we get the insurance marker on the power play? They kill it off. Come on, guys. Play good for your goalie here. There we go. Liam Pugh, the franchise winger. We score 5 goals in back-to-back games, and we keep them to 3. Celebrini had a 3-point night, but Pugh and Kerman combined for 6. And we're all tied up going back to Saskatoon. That's what we needed. We restored home ice advantage. Now come back here with these new look lines and play good for your fans. Period number 1. Oh, there we go, baby. Tuzzolino shorthanded. McKenna and Rod Holt. Period number 2. They score 3 unanswered. They've got the lead 4-3. Once again, they score 4 goals. Come on, power play here is huge. We can't score on it. Come on. Kuznetsov, Kerman, Bush, Jonas even. They've got a 5-on-3 power play. Hornqvist gets the insurance marker, but Bush, he says, not so fast. Can we get one more? They get the empty net goal, and they win 7-4. We're facing elimination here. I'm going to switch up the lines again really quickly just because we need some defense here heading into game number 6. We're really missing Siegel's presence on this back end. I don't really know too much what I can do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to split up Vasiliev and Curtis, give Swanson that third line minutes, and Paul Wolf, even though it's a -2, these minuses don't matter when it comes to the slow sim. So actually, you know what? We're going to stack up. We're going to go like this for game number 6. We're going to leave it all out on the line here. I like our forward lines. I think we're getting the offense we need. It's just a matter of, can our goalie steal us a game? He hasn't stole us one yet. He's let in 3 goals in every game at least. We need one here. Heading into SAP Center for game number 6. Come on, gentlemen. You've won here twice already. Win here a third time. Period number 1. Herman on the power play. Period number 2. And they get 2. We're down 1 here. Heading into the third period. Come on, gentlemen. We're the defending cup champions. We can't go out like this. They kill off our power play. Isn't looking good. Down by 1 here. 10 minutes left to play. Come on, gentlemen. We need this one, and we need it bad. 2, 1. And that's a sad way to go out as we lose in 6 games. to the San Jose Sharks. We really needed a deep playoff run here. We're cutting the episode way shorter than I wanted to. I mean, it sucks. We're definitely missing Siegel on that back end. And it showed. We couldn't keep the puck out of the net. And the one game that DeMarchi plays stellar, we get no offense. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comment section, where do we go from here? You know, if there was ever a time to let your voice be heard, now is the time. Because we cannot bring back Kerman, Bush, and Holt, I believe, is the guy, the other one that needs the contract. We're not going to be able to bring them all back. Goalies, DeMarchi did not play good. Morrow didn't play that great either, but he's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than DeMarchi if we want to buy out DeMarchi. If we buy out DeMarchi, I think that allows us to keep Holt and Bush, and then you get rid of Kerman. Or maybe we negotiate with Kerman and it saves us some money. Again, we can restrict him, so we're not losing these guys. We'll still have them in the system. We've got Frolov, Grand Pierre, Goligoski. You know, these are three wingers who are ready to come up. Hillis could play fourth line. Holmes could play fourth line. Yolanov, he's going to be looking for the NHL next season as a depth defenseman. You've got Odelian. Gaucher's still down there. You know, there's definitely guys down here that can get the call up and play. So if we need to buy somebody out, that's for sure what we should do. Lawson, he's looking like he might be the future in net. So we've got Reynolds here that is going to need to come back. Hoivanen as well. We're not going to lose Lawson. We can still hold on to Dingle. Maybe we buy out Fertzmeyer. He is a medium elite, but he's 65 overall at 23 years of age. Heading in the next episode, you know he's not going to develop. But yeah, Lawson we for sure got to bring in. Reynolds could be the backup as soon as next season. So the future in net looks good. It's just a matter of, you know, do we buy out DeMarchi and let some younger guys play? Or do we go one more year with DeMarchi and we just restrict Kerman, restrict Bush, and just sign those guys in the next offseason? So that would be not this one coming up, but the one after. But let me get to the end of the playoffs here, and I'll pick this back up, and I'll show you guys where we're drafting, and get so you guys can give an opinion on who we should draft. So the Philadelphia Flyers are your Stanley Cup champions. Shout out to the Machine TV. That's his favorite team. Don't let him tell you otherwise. As the President's Trophy curse gets us again. Since we've been a playoff team, if we won the President's Trophy, we don't make the finals. If we didn't win it, we make the finals. Because remember, in this 5-year segment, we've been in the finals 3 times. There we lost to Montreal, but we beat the Rangers and we beat the Lightning. And it's funny because the Flyers actually are in the final the 2 years that we're not. So congrats to them for finally getting a cup, or maybe another cup in this series. It's been a long series. I haven't been keeping track of all this stuff. But there we go. We get our first Art Ross trophy in franchise history from Liam Pugh. He also wins the Hart. Azalino, baby. Back-to-back Norris trophies, showing why he's worth 16 mil. Savoy with the Lady Bing. Ooh, the Flyers got a Calder trophy winner there in Palais or Palais. And that's awesome. Zegras wins the Conn Smythe. Levi with the Vezina. Graves with the M. Jennings, as well as Sawchank there. I believe that's how you say that. Probably not. Siegel gets a Bill Masterton trophy in Nashville. Conklin with the Jack Adams. Curtis with the Frank J. Selk trophy. And Liam Pugh with the Ted Lindsay. We already knew that Tage had won the Rocket Richard. Quickly scrolling through the AHL. 3 years in a row, we get the Rookie of the Year. This time it's Grand Pierre. And Hillis wins the Fred T. Hunt trophy. And that's about it. All right, simulating to the 20th. You can see Vegas there wins the draft lottery. We'll take a quick look at the draft class before we end off the episode. Let's see where we're going to be drafting. We are scheduled here around, I think if I look at the draft board, I can see our exact pick. So yeah, we have pick number 29. So not too great there. If we take a look at the players around 29, I would obviously love to get this offensive defenseman. I just think he'll go before we can draft him. We don't have a whole lot, guys. Honestly, there's this gem defenseman here who we might take a chance on. We've also got Kalinka here as well. He's about 3 years ETA, so it doesn't look like we're going to get any help right away. Just want to take a look and see if there is a player they deem NHL ready. It doesn't look like it. Maybe Murray Flynn. I don't know where I came up with that. He's NHL ready. He's got send it. He is a left wing playmaker, most likely. I'm willing to risk drafting him if he drops to us. Just because he's NHL ready and we need more cheaper NHL ready guys in the NHL. Let me go back here, take a look, see if there's any, steals out there. And there's a couple of guys. We're going to pin all these guys. We're not going to take both goalies, but we'll definitely take a goalie and then Braxton Linden as well. Oh my, this draft is going to be good for us. So we are getting a medium elite left defenseman, a medium elite two-way forward, and a medium elite goalie in this draft. That's awesome. We're not going to spread the wealth. We're definitely taking these guys. You've got another gem of a goalie here in Tate Steos. Just want to see if there's any low elites here. There is a couple of low elites. So this is going to be a phenomenal draft class for us. We're going to get a lot of talent. It's just going to be about how do we develop the talent. So the biggest thing we need in this episode, guys, who should we draft? Should we draft Ville Kolmainen or should we draft Owen Camper? And then the other thing, what do we do with the Kerman Bush situation? Do we buy out DeMarchi and rock with Morrow and probably Koivunen or Reynolds? Do we go with youth and that allows us to maybe keep Kerman, but definitely it helps us keep Bush and Holt under contract so we shore up that center position? Or do we just keep Holt, sign, and yeah, now Holt wants a boatload of money. Should have signed him to a cheaper deal when I had the chance, not gonna lie, but we'll get him on a 1-year deal. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Yeah, let me know what you guys think we should do. We know we'll get enough cap savings from DeMarchi to keep Bush and hopefully keep Holt. But it's really, this is your guys' series. It's whatever you want to do. You guys are the assistant GMs. I'm just the guy holding the controller. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really wish we would have won the cup, but you know what? We'll be back in a couple years, stronger than ever. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and YouTube will see you in the next one.